Okay, we're going to continue with our fraction unit with lesson 11 tonight. I can explain fraction equivalence using a tape diagram and the number line and relate that to use the multiplication and division. All right, so we got some tape diagrams and number lines here, and we're showing in the first one that tape diagram is showing one third because it's broken up into 3 sections and 1 is shaded in. So using that tape diagram, we have a number line underneath it. So we're going to show a fractional number line. And how we're starting that off with is 0 thirds. Then we have 1 third, 2 thirds, and then we have a whole that shows 3 thirds. And then underneath, we see that it's cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, guys, what we're trying to show here is the different equivalent fractions. So we have 1 third is equal to 2 6 is equal to 4 12. So we're showing this using the tape diagrams and the fractions, using these three, and we're showing through tape diagrams and fractional number lines. All right, so let's show the next one. The next one, we're starting off with 0 6, 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, and 5 6, and then a whole would be 6 6. So let's check this out. If we're looking to see what's equivalent to a third, watch. We go down. Oh, look at that. 2 6. So just by how these are lined up, we can see that 2 6 and 1 third are equivalent fractions. So far we have 1 third is equal to 2 6. So far these two are equivalent fractions. Let's try the next one. The next one down here, this one's broken up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 4 is shaded in. So we're going to start with 0 12s, 1 12, 2 12s, 3 12s, 4 12s, 5 12s, 6 12s, 7 12s, 8 12s, 9 12s, 10 12s, 11 12s, and a whole that would be 12 12s. All right, now we want to see how they are equivalent. Look, if we start with 1 third is equivalent to 2 6, and then we continue on to our next one, is equal to 4 12s. See how they all line up? They're showing 1 third and 2 6 and 4 12s are equivalent fractions. And if we continue to show this, watch this. 1 third times 2 gives us 2 6. And then we have 1 third times 4 gives us 4 12s. See how they're all turning into equivalent fractions? And if we take 4 12s now and show how they are equivalent to the other two, we're dividing by the greatest common factor, which would be dividing by 4. And we get 1 third, just like we got up here. 1 third is equivalent to 4 12s. And we did that by using the greatest common factor and dividing the top and the bottom by 4. Okay, in our next one, they gave us the tape diagrams, but we have to make the number lines. If you see that over here, they have broken up the first tape diagram into fourths, and 2 are shaded in. So we are going to create a number line, and the size of this tape diagram, and the beginning over here is going to mark 0 fourths. This is 1 fourth. This is 2 fourths. This is 3 fourths. And the whole is going to become 4 fourths. Then we're going to continue doing it over on the next tape diagram. This tape diagram is broken up into, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4 are shaded in. So we are going to make another one. Another number line. This is going to become 0/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and a whole 8/8. And then our last one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's been split up in tenths, and it's colored in 5s. We have 5/10. So let's make our number line. And we're going to start with 0/10, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and the whole, which represents 10/10. And we're trying to show that 2/4 is equal to 4/8, and which is equal to 5/10. So we're trying to show that all three of these are equivalent fractions. And we can see that they're equivalent fractions by looking at how each one of these tape diagrams and number lines are lined up. So if we look at 2/4 and we go all the way down, we see 4/8. 2/4 and 4/8 are equivalent fractions. If we keep going down, we see 5/10. So let's show this way using multiplication and division. So if we take 2/4, we can multiply the top and the bottom by 2 to get 4/8. If we take 4/8, we can divide the top and the bottom by 2 to get 2/4. Or we could say 4/8 divide the top and the bottom by 4, and we get 1/2, because 2/4 and a half are equivalent fractions. And then lastly, we can do 5/10, and we can divide the top and the bottom by 5 to get 1/2, because 2/4 is equivalent to a half, 5/10 is equivalent to a half, 4/8 is equivalent to a half, which is 2/4. So we could show and demonstrate using tape diagrams and number lines to show how numbers are equivalent. I should say not numbers, but fractions, how fractions are equivalent. Okay, our next one is partition a number line from 0 to 1 into fourths. Decompose 3/4 into 6 equal lengths. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw a number line. And this number line we're going to cut up into fourths from 0 to 1. So we've got over here 0/4. And all the way to 1 would represent 4/4, would represent a whole. And then we're going to over here have 1/4. Right in the middle is 2/4, because that's halfway through. It's 1/2. And then we've got 3/4. So what they want to do is they want to decompose between 3/4 into 6 equal lengths. So let's just mark off this part right here represents 3/4. So we have to get in between here to show 6 equal lengths. And we got to stop here. We're not going all the way to a whole because they're going to decompose 3/4 into 6 equal lengths. We got to stop up to 3/4. So how are we going to do that? Is that we're going to go and put them. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate into 6 equal lengths. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this here. Whoops. We're going to cut this here. Here, here, and here. So that basically that's showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 into 6 equal lengths is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3/4 is becoming 6/8. So where we started here, so this becomes 0/8. This becomes 1/8. This guy becomes 2/8. This one, 3/8. This one, 4/8. And 5/8. And then we know 3/4 is 6/8. And then we have this one, which is 7/8. And remember, 4/4 is a whole, but we can also say 8/8 is a whole too. So guys, if we look, 3/4 is equivalent to 6/8. And how we can show that through multiplication is 3/4 times 2, top and the bottom, is equal to 6/8. So through a number line and through multiplication, we showed that 3/4 and 6/8 are equivalent fractions. Okay, guys, you give it a try. Whatever your 100% looks like, give it all. All right, using that number line that we made just a little while ago from 0 to 1 into fourths, and then we decompose 3/4 into 6 equal lengths. Right now, choose a number sentence using multiplication to show what fraction we represented on the number line, which is equivalent to 3/4. Which one would be correct? Okay, using that number line that we made previously, please answer letter C. Write a number sentence using division to show what fraction represented on the number line is equivalent to 3/4. Which one would be correct? Give your best every day. Excellent job tonight. Have a wonderful night.